Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some horklumps for you, and I found Serona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Serona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
I should take this box of letters to Serona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Should. Oh, another Merlin trial.
What do you have in store for me this time?
I'm excited. I don't have mallow sweet. Sucks to suck. I'm gonna lose my mind. No way. I'm stuck under a bridge. Save me. I'm going to entertain this just for the purpose of... I don't know what the purpose is. Can't get back in onto my broom. Okay. Can you just swim? This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. They're making me walk like this. Wow. Happy birthday to you. Wow. I don't know what to say. That's all I got for you. Oh, level 3 lock, huh? Where is this lady? There we go. Oh, Serona's the tavern lady.
Reasons, but breaking into Alfred Lawley's home wasn't the brightest idea.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some horklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
You guys just talking in the back.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Nice. Right now we might have to continue with the main quest now. Let's see what we got. Keys, Demiguise moons, and this. Yeah. Let's meet Sebastian. My goodness. Do I want to do something on the way or no? Let's just travel straight there. Could you let me? Thank you, game. Alright, let's meet our dear Sebastian, yep. Sebastian. Hello.
You made it.
I did.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's.
Family visit.
This way.
Okay. Did you need some time to remember where to go?
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
Okay.
Aha!
Sebastian, where did you... Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will you accept that?
Never. I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
Well,
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian.
okay.
Not the visit
I
he'd
guess I'm
hoped
going
for.
back in alone.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Hello, Anne.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met my first day at Hogwarts, in the Slytherin common room.
Oh, the common room. I adored teasing first years about spotting mermaids through the window. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it.
Are you
Sebastian
sure about
cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
that? Probably not. No.
I'm afraid it's really up to Sebastian, and his mind seems to be made up.
I can only hope he realizes the futility of his search for a cure soon. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you well.
To speak with Solomon now after I rob your place. Sebastian, this is my potion kit, not yours.
Revelio.
Dear Anne, Hogwarts isn't the same without you. Well, sure, but still as foul, but you know what I mean. I hope you're feeling better. Aw, Sebastian. He just wants his sister to feel better. What's
That
up,
boy
Solomon?
will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
It could be that
Get
you've
on
not
his
yet
nerves
discovered
somewhere.
the cure.
Ah, you sound like Sebastian, thinking you know better than the healers at St. Mungo's.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced.
You're
Some
misplaced.
sort of dark magic cursed Anne.
Fucking idiot.
And the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving
I
her
understand,
hope
but
is cruel.
he's annoying.
The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I mean, no. No.
With
I
all
don't
due
think
respect,
so.
sir, hope could keep Anne's spirits up.
You may mean well, but I know what's best for Anne
No,
and
you
Sebastian.
don't.
They are my stubborn brother's
Oh,
children.
man.
Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's
Shut
no idea the harm he could
He's
do if
right
he
there.
doesn't
He
stop.
can hear you. I'll
I
harm
hope you
if
remember
keep
what I've
talking
said.
to him like that.
Good day.
No.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Yeah, after I take this. Oh, Sebastian.
Why will she not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I mean, he is trying to do what's right. I guess what he thinks is right, but he was also kind of.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting him to be so angry.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as
Oh,
though
that
he
he's
blames
just
me
bitter.
somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister. And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened.
Alright. We're investigating.
Ranrock's
now.
loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be
on,
underestimated.
Walk.
All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate. They've been digging for something. Up there, on that plateau, is where they cursed Anne. This way.
Come on. Can we walk faster?
How much longer will it take to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Arresto momentum.
Ah! Who's there? Really, it is. Not quiet, is it? One less human to worry about. I'll bury you in the deepest spot. I won't. Not your best at it.
Whoop. I guess we Come on, I pressed dodge like 5 times. I pressed it again. I pressed it again. I'm pressing it right now. Okay, no, it actually did it well. Amazing. Wow, really. The fighting mechanics, man. Again, I'm pressing it. And now I can't get through it again.
You've made your last mistake.
Sure.
Confringo!
This is almost too easy. Confringo! Miss me! I will make you pay. Too slow. Get out, I won't little moon come. Kill spell gone.
There's one more. Where?
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
How to repair this?
Reparo.
Hey.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone would be hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke.
Really.
Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give her a chance to run.
I guess they were trying to hide something.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around?
Let's do it.
They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations.
Revelio. Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Revelio.
I've heard goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's loyalists.
It might be worth taking a closer look at the house itself.
Revelio. This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged by the fire the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian,
Have we found anything out?
this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do
I
you...
found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a portkey. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it, when you put it like that? The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Have we not already
Look at
searched
this.
them?
Revelio.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Revelio.
Why would it?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. It tells me they're after something bigger.
It is my second week in the camp. More arrive each day. The Muggle doctors and even some of our own healers are doing all that they can for them. The grief is palpable. I've never heard that word before. The ones who have survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. Fever may pass, the skin may mend and scar, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man, much like my father, who had lost a child. I couldn't bear it. I longed to give him some shred of relief. I'm beginning to think that the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help them as it would be to rid them of their torment.
Journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
I traveled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It's as though the magic wants to heal, and I'm the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I forever regret not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes, knowing that I could lessen the burden of heartache. I saw the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him? I could further my research, of course, but that would be a fortuitous. Oh my goodness, my English is horrible, isn't it? Fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability. Jeez.
Seems these journal
have
entries
not
are from
heard
Isadora's
that.
travels.
Sure does.
Revelio.
Lumos.
There's nothing else here, is there? Whoop. My bad.
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Confringo! Lumos. Revelio.
Oh.
Lumos.
Speak to him. Just trying to destroy the place, really.